Welcome back to digital class, and now we are looking at this digestive system. So first, let's try to understand what is digestive system. Digestive system is a process, or basically digestion, I should say, is a process of breaking down food into simpler substance. Again, digestion is a process of breaking down food into simpler substance. And why do we need to do that? Because it allows small intestine to absorb all this simpler substance into bloodstreams. Okay, and there are different parts of uh, in this digestive system. So such as mouth, gullet, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine and anus. Okay, so let's try to look at the first one, mouth. In mouth, when we eat food, our teeth basically will chew and tear food into tiny pieces. Why? It helps us to increase the exposed surface area of foods, and it helps it to digest faster. So let me just quickly highlight this part because this part is important. They'll ask you what's the role of mouth in the digestion. Example, it chew and tear the foods into tiny pieces to increase exposed surface area. And what happens in our mouth? We also have this something called the saliva, which is actually the digestive juices. Again, it helps also to break down food into simpler substances. The next one, gullet. Gullet basically is this part, and basically it connects the mouth to the stomach. Okay, and what happens is it contract and relaxes. You can contract and relax, while it helps us to push the food down. However, the important part here is there is no digestion that takes place here. Again, I repeat, there's no digestion that takes place here. See, when the food is here, you eat, you chew, then it goes down the gullet. Now it reached the stomach. What happens in this stomach actually contain the digestive juices, and this juice will mix with the food. And what happened? Now the food now is in the state of solid liquid. It's in the solid liquid state, and before it moves to the small intestine, okay, it's in a solid liquid. So it will try to digest a bit. Okay, now after that, you move on to the small intestine. Now, small intestine contains digestive juices, and perhaps most digestion take place here. Let me just quickly highlight here. Most digestion take place here. It's why if we want to compare mouth, stomach, small intestine as one that that digest the most food. Okay, and usually because of this statement, they will always come up with graph or tables to try to test you on this knowledge. Okay, now next part. Again, digested food, what happened? Will be absorbed by the small intestine into the bloodstream. Now, this is very important. Digested food are absorbed by the small intestine into the bloodstream. And the bloodstream basically will transfer to the whole parts of the body. Okay? Again, this is very important. Now, what happened to the undigested food? The undigested food now will be passed on to the next part, which is the large intestine. Then digestion ends here. Okay? The undigested food will not be digested anymore. It will be passed on to the large intestine. And what do large intestine do? Large intestine basically try to absorb the water and mineral salts from the undigested food. So all the food digest, then it will be absorbed, the digested food will be absorbed in small intestine. Undigested food pass on to large intestine, and the large intestine will absorb the water and mineral salt. And because water is being absorbed, mineral salt is being absorbed, now this digested food will now turn into a solid mass. Alright, it will be turned into solid mass. Then what happened? As you know, undigested food will be passed out of the body through our anus. Okay, so that's basically the whole simpler idea of digestive system. I mean, if you study in a further science in a further level, then you will learn more. Okay, but the main thing here you must take note is digestion only happens in some of the parts here. Okay, again, although we know the whole process, it goes through all this, but digestion only takes place in some of the parts. Where? In the part where there is digestive juices. Can you see here? Can you just do a quick circle here? Digestion only takes place here. Okay, so can I request you to put a tick here? A, mouth, you put a tick. C, stomach, you put a tick. D, small intestine, you put a tick. These are the three parts that basically digestion happens. Did gullet have digestion happens? No, no digestion takes place here. Did large intestine, is there any digestion happen here? No, because digestion already ends in part D, which is the small intestine. Okay, so basically E and F are settling the undigested food. Okay, so basically again, you must remember mouth, stomach, small intestine are the one that contains the digestive juices and are the one that have this process, have this digestion take place. Okay, so again, extremely important, the question like to ask this. Okay, so I hope you learned something through this video again about this digestive system. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.